it can work for me. I do the exact same thing that the person has done. But before I talk about my story, right, I will just explain what cybersecurity is, especially in terms of the job market currently. Um, I don't know when it's time to put up my slide. You can put up my slide, but I'll just talk about my story before I go through my slides. So, firstly, right, in the main market, when you think about cybersecurity as a main market, cybersecurity is divided to three parts. You have the red team, the people who carry out pen tests. You have the blue team and SOC. Those people that do blue team activities, they call them the defense team. Then you now have what me I do. I call it the governance risks and compliance. We are the balance to cybersecurity. And so I'm just going to say my cybersecurity story, how I got my first cybersecurity job, and how I think you can also land your first cybersecurity job. And if you do the things that I'm doing, you are definitely going to see the results that I've seen. Because I'll be able to mentor young people also to get in their first job in cybersecurity, and a good number of them have started their jobs. Some of them are currently working in Big Fours. Some of them are also working around, like doing great stuff in cybersecurity. So, in 4 years ago, I was fortunate on there was a particular company I was working in, right? I was just doing data annotation for them. I was not doing anything related to cybersecurity at that point. But I was just fortunate enough to one day just change my seat. So basically, I was sitting on the right row and I changed my seat to the left row and I sat down near someone. It wasn't planned. I just sat down in that seat near someone called my friend Boma. And it was so God timed that Boma did not even like me. Like I was not in his clique, so I was just that boy. I just sat down near someone. And so they did a particular pairing in the office that day for a particular project, and they made Boma and I teammates. And from not being close friends, we just because of we had the same personality in terms of being jovial, playful, and all of that, we just synced. We synced instantly, and we became good friends. And 1 month after, Boma would ask me, Adife, I have an offer with Deloitte Cybersecurity, and I have an offer with May One. What should I do? It was Deloitte Academy. So runs an academy where they train people into cybersecurity all throughout the 3 points in cybersecurity. I'll talk about it in the course of my speech. And so I just advised Buma casually. I was like, Buma, you know that Deloitte is a big name. I think you should go to Deloitte because you need a big name on your CV. And that was all. And that was all that Buma did. I just advised him and he went to Deloitte. That year, I wanted to start a career in data annotation, in data analysis, but I did not get into PwC, even though the person I thought passed the exam. And Boma just told me, Adife, oh, the next academy is coming, just apply. I studied electrical engineering. Boma studied computer engineering, so he said I should apply. I never knew what cybersecurity was about. I never knew what. I just applied, and I didn't want to apply. I wanted PwC, so I just later just applied to Deloitte out of vibes. And I was shortlisted to the next round. And when I was shortlisted to the next round was an interview. Remember, I did not know what cybersecurity was about. I did not care about cybersecurity. I was carefree. I did not. I wanted to do data analysis. Only for Boma to now, the day of the interview, Boma just said, Adife, don't worry, because Boma has been almost 1 year in the academy. He said, Adife, I'll tell you what cybersecurity about. Cybersecurity is about, just know, don't tell them on the interview that you know confidentiality, integrity, availability. Tell them about how to secure data in transit, data at rest. It just gave me, and I remember I wrote those things on paper, and I went into the interview. Thankfully, by God's grace, I'm quite eloquent. So I just use those things. They say, Adife, what do you know about cybersecurity? I said, when I was in 500 level, which was true. In 500 level, we did a course on data security. So I just said, when in 500 level, I had the passion for security because we did a course called data security, and I had an A in that course, and that course just spurred me to want to know more about security. And now I noticed that cybersecurity is all about the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. I just spoke about it. I only just knew CIO. I only know CIA triad. I did not even know the CIA triad. That Friday that Boma taught me about the CIA triad. And immediately he told me, I passed the interview to the next stage. And I was like, Jesus, I passed the interview. So the next stage was the partners interview. Partner interview, I was going to speak to Tokwe. Tokwe is the biggest. See, just if you go to LinkedIn, just search for Tokwe Aladenusi. The Tokwe is one of the biggest names in cybersecurity in Africa. In fact, I dare say in the world in Deloitte. Because right now, Deloitte cybersecurity is the biggest in Africa. One of the biggest in Africa. Nobody comes close to them in Nigeria. And so imagine me, I did not know I was auditioning for Real Madrid Academy. Let me just put it like that. Deloitte Academy in cybersecurity is like Real Madrid Academy. If a footballer, there are certain academies you want to go to that you will learn how to play football, even though that was, and I did not know, I was just boboing then, I know CIA triad, I confidentially integrity availability. The next day I forgot it. And so when I got, after that, I went through the partner interview. I think Tokwe was even in US at that point. Tokwe and Fumi interviewed me. And yes, especially like Deloitte cybersecurity is a must. Like the talent that Deloitte cybersecurity has thrown out into the market is crazy. So good people. So immediately they told me that. I just said, okay now. I just and because I knew how to talk, I just the interview was just they asked me about why Deloitte blah, blah. I said Deloitte is one of the best. I know that they can shape me into being the best I can be. By God's grace, I had over 4,000 people, almost 10,000 people applied for that role. I was part of the 11 or 13 that was shortlisted. Yes, 11 that was shortlisted. And the funny thing was that I did not graduate the first class, even though most of the people that were shortlisted graduated the first class. I did not graduate the first class. There was nobody on that panel that was speaking for me or fighting my battle. So maybe God was using someone, but I don't know anybody that was specifically fighting my battle. But I got into the academy. And I remember when I resumed June 1st, when 1st of June that year. Deloitte Academy shaped me into who I am today. I'm not going to cap. The first we did 2 months of like preliminary training. So they were going to train you. You don't need to know anything about cybersecurity. They were just going to train you. They trained us through. So the first week was introduction, but after the introduction, we did two weeks of red teaming, blue teaming, and GRC. Then after that, we went straight to full work, like full staff. So like as an academy in cybersecurity, my first job was I was working at UBA. I was working at UBA headquarters in Marina. So imagine 2 months into entering cybersecurity, they have thrown you into the water. So, but I was working under a junior. That was when I learned web app pen testing. That was where I learned API pen testing. That was where I learned mobile app pen testing. That's where I learned. It was even within my. So what they did was during your 1 year of academy, you're going to go around those places. You're going to go around the red team, the blue team, and GRC. And so it was in that time period I worked with UBA. At the point, they took me out of UBA and I was not doing internal pen tests. So internal pen tests, when you are pen testing network cables, you are pen testing applications, you are doing like black box text, right? I learned everything in that period. And so I spent my first 6 months in UBA and out of UBA pen testing. I did pen test in MTN, pen tested First Bank. Like, talk about any top financial institution that were within our purview. I worked on projects with them. After that, the next stage was when I was already tired of red team. They now took me to the blue team. So I was working in a SOC, Security Operations Center, and Deloitte is the only big four. So when we talk about big four, you're talking about NS and your KPMG, PwC. That Deloitte is the only big four that currently has a operational SOC support from their SOC in Spain, and they were carrying out SOC operations for UBA and Access Bank, two big banks in Africa. And I was now working in the SOC for 3 months. So I knew about blue team. That was when I learned threat intelligence. I learned forensics. I learned all of those things in that academy. That academy was more than La Masia. They gave me, when someone is supposed to be just baby is not supposed to be sucking breast, but the baby is holding bone, and the baby is already turning amala. That was what I was. They fed us with strong. They fed us strong. Then after, they now and if there's this bad omen in cybersecurity that a lot of people think cybersecurity is just about the red team, because red team looks bad. Like you just carry your laptop like a hacker, you wear your hoodie and you wear your headset, you're hacking applications. Like everybody, when you hear cybersecurity, the thing that comes to mind is I'm an hacker. Hacker's gonna hack, right? And so that was what was in my head. So when they took me to JRC, I was like, oh God, I hate this place. I hate this place. For the first 3 months, complain, complain, complain. I was working on a project for BOI then. Complain morning to night. I wanted to go back to red team. I wanted to pen test. Like, if you know, see, pen testing, yeah, is when they say, what did they say? I work as a red teamer. What do you do? I pen test. I hack. I'm an ethical hacker. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be an ethical hacker. And so as they kept me there, at a point, it now became fight. My manager was now reporting that this person is not serious in this jail, so take him back to the red team. After, the person that was supposed to swap with me already agreed, though. My friend Folashadi, she agreed that if okay, I'll come back to jail, so you go back to the red team. Only for her to now come and tell me the day we're supposed to agree. The manager now went to go and talk to her not to come. That's why she now told me, and then Adeife, she's not going again. Jesus. Just like transfer window. The transfer window did not happen. I had to return back to my former club. Hi. It was so annoying that I now did something. And what I'm telling you is what changed my career up to today. I told myself that, you see, you see this jealousy that I don't like, and you want to force me to do it. I'm going to be here. Because if I what made me say this thing, they now put me on a contract, a project. I was going to lead the implementation for ISO 27001, 22301, and 20004. I was going to be part of the project for Union Bank and Globus Bank. And immediately they said that means I was going to be in jail for an extra 4 months. Jesus. I just told myself that evening, I said, you know what? This jealousy that you people want to force me to do it, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to be the best at it. I'm going to know. I remember that. I remember where I stood in Civic Tower that day. I said, I'm going to know this Chelsea and I'm going to be the best at it. So ever since that day, something I was never serious with, I now became very serious with it. I started reading materials. I started learning. I led that project. In fact, I worked on that project so well that the CISO or the information person lead from Union Bank told my manager that you have never seen Adeife, that Adeife is the only person performing on this project. Me that I did not like JRC at that before then. I began to fall in love with JRC. I closed my entire mind to I closed my entire mind to going back to red team, closed my entire mind to going back to SOC. So when we resumed in January, they wanted to take me back to pen testing. I said I'm not going anymore. That I'm going to stay here and I'm going to be the best at it. Three, and you know that's why it is important that you are not just trying to get a job, and that's what I want to. You are trying to build a career. Your job can change anytime you like. But your career must be something you believe in so, so well, without any shadow of doubt, that even if things are not going well for you, you are still sticking at it because you know that it will work out. I believed so much in myself, that I believed so much in the God in me at that point, that I needed to build a career in GRC. And guess what? Just to piggyback, I'm going to talk about the decisions I made. But that same year, in 2 years, my year two, when I was just 2 years in cybersecurity, about just 2 years in cybersecurity, Ernest and Young came and pushed me to become a senior consultant. So in fact, my earnings I did times 4 of my earnings in 6 months after I made that decision. Yes, 6 months after I made that decision. I think so. Around 6 months after I made that decision, I became a senior consultant. Just 2 years in cybersecurity. I became a senior consultant. I moved into EY. Before I even moved into EY, Coronation pushed me from Deloitte and made me a senior analyst. But EY now came and made me a senior consultant. For context, now I'm an assistant manager at Ernst& Young. I got the promotion the next year to become an assistant manager. But more importantly, what happened? And I'm not saying this to boast. My mates that were at Deloitte are not yet senior consultant yet. But now I'm no longer a senior consultant. I'm now an assistant manager, even at another big four, Ernst& Young. And I lead the GRC team at Ernst& Young. So something I need, and that's why your career, you must not be you must there's something I was there's something that I learned last year. You can be flexible on your methods, but you must be rigid on where you are going. So flexible on your method is saying you do not have to always say, I want to always do GRC. I want to always do pen testing. I want to always do SOC. Deloitte gave me the foundation where I knew all part of cyber. So I had more options to work anywhere. But I was flexible on the fact that, okay, now I think I should be open to working in GRC. But I was bullish on my goals that I wanted to build a career. And the crazy thing about this was, Ernst & Young, where I currently work, was what my dream when I was in 300 level. I used to dream about working at Ernst & Young. Like, I used to tell people that, well, I want to work in tech consulting one day at Ernst & Young. And by God divine orchestration, forcing me to stay at GRC, because I felt like my manager did not know that me staying at GRC was God forcing him to make me stay there, because that was where I was going to shine in cybersecurity. So yes, you are trying to get a job in cybersecurity, but your focus must be on building a career. You must say, I want to build a career. You must not just have I want to be ethical, I want to act. Your career is a combination, a compounding of effort. So right now, I can have a conversation, and by God's grace, I have passed last year, 2 years ago, I passed my CISM, Certified Information Security Manager. I passed my CISM. Last year, I passed my CISSP. In 4 weeks or 3 weeks, I'm going to write my CCSP. And by God's grace, I know I'm going to pass. So I've not just gone ahead to build the knowledge or the experience. I also have the certifications to back it up. And so you must say, I want to build a career. I want to get a job. Like and jobs are vehicles that will take you to the destination. But you must not forget that the idea is that you want to build a career. Now, let's talk about practical. Why are you struggling to land the job in cybersecurity and how to fix it? Next slide. So there are three, like I said here, cybersecurity is broad. So you cannot just say, I want to get a job in cybersecurity without a strategy that helps you, like, fits everything together. Do you get, like, you must want to, how can I put it in English? When you think about building a career in cybersecurity, you must think about it as, what are the ingredients that makes a solid foundation? And this is where everything culminates or starts at, right? The first thing you must know is, first, I need to have a solid foundation. And that's why I always tell people that the foundation of cybersecurity is security plus. When you have your security plus, you have a foundation that is level-headed for you to now build up from. So when you do security plus, you have knowledge. Oh, is it networking security? Network security I'm interested in. Or is it pen testing I'm interested in? Or is it red team? Is it GRC? You must know how to have the language. And you know the crazy thing, they will always tell you that, oh, in cybersecurity, there are 1 million and 1 billion and 1 trillion unfilled jobs. You just need to get the right skill. There is job in the market. Yes and no. Yes, in the fact that in the global market in cybersecurity, when I talk about developed economy like US, Canada, there are jobs in those markets. But the Nigerian market is still fragile and has not grown so much to the point where you say there are always jobs. I can argue that there are still many jobs for people who are in product design than cybersecurity right now in the Nigerian market. There are many jobs for software engineers than cybersecurity people in the current market. So it's important that you understand the market where you operate and you get the right skills. So the market is still very, very mature. It's not mature, it's still very in its infant stage. A lot of people are currently still, how can I put it in English? A lot of people are currently still seeing cybersecurity as a business, not a business enabler, but something that is stopping their business from growing. And that's why they will hire one person that will be doing red team, blue team, JRC, and the person will want to faint. If the market has evolved, it should be in a more structured way. So know that the market is still small. The job market in Nigeria is still small. That should guide how you make a decision. So, three things: skill gap, poor positioning, and no clear direction. But let us talk about skill gap first. Sorry, can you just give me a minute? I need to send a message to someone, please. Let's talk about skill gap first. Sorry, I need to go on mute. I'm coming. I need to go on mute. I want to tell someone something, please. Sorry.
Okay, so while we are waiting for Adeife to be back, so how many of us are learning something? I am learning a lot. There was one thing he just said not quite long that, struck my attention, and that is you should be flexible about the methods, but not rigid about where you're going, right? So you should be rigid about where you're going, but flexible with the method, right? And it's one of the things that caught my attention. I'm not gonna lie, like it's just a lot. And you guys have been seeing like a factor, all right? So Adewale, when you're ready, you can just unmute yourself. Okay, so you guys have been seeing a factor in things he has been saying, and I just want to add that to it. And the factor is like God factor. Sometimes you have a place you're going, but God in his mind wanted to or wanted you to go elsewhere. And that's another thing you must really hold on to, because sometimes we have a plan, we have our own plan, like this is how I want to live my life, this is what I want to do, these are how I want to go about it. But I must tell you that even to build a career, God factor is very, very essential. And I think Adeife has sort of touched that as well. So, uh, oh, sorry, we should unmute you. Apologies for that. Um, I think yeah. Can you hear us now? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah, great, great,
All right, yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So three of the struggles I've seen with people trying to get a job in cybersecurity boils down to three things. I've spoken about the skill gap, right? Skill gap is a lot of people, because of, remember I said, if especially if you're in Nigeria, you are playing to the Nigerian market, is very small. So the people that actually get the jobs are people who have shown over time that they have the required skills. So you cannot be someone that when they ask you that what is a DMZ, you don't know what a DMZ is, but you say you want to become you're very good in network pen test. Or they say what is network segmentation, you don't know, but you want to get the job. Like the idea is you must have the required skills and not just certifications. And now I'm not talking about certifications now. I'm talking about the skill gap. The reason why I'm not talking about certification is I remember that 2 years ago, I met someone in BOI, Bank of Industry. And this man, he was not even working in cybersecurity, he was working in internal audit. But guess what? This man wanted to come to cybersecurity and he wrote all the certifications and he passed. There was no certification. He wrote civics, he passed civics, he passed CISM, he passed CISSP, he passed CSSP. Anytime I'm reading for this exam, this guy is the one that used to motivate me. Because I'm thinking someone that not, he wasn't working in cybersecurity, but he has passed all the 4 or 5 top cybersecurity exams. I see I cannot fail. I was when I was writing my CISSP, there's a reason why CISSP is one of the hardest exams in cybersecurity. As I was writing it, I was sweating in the exam hall, but I told myself, God, I will not fail this. Victor passed without even knowing anything in cybersecurity. I cannot. So the cybersecurity certifications are certifications that you can easily just pick up the manuals and read like you are reading for JAMB or you are reading for your final year exams and pass it. But your certifications will not give you the skill. And so it's important that when you are in the red team, for instance, it's important that you have built your backbone over labs. You cannot be saying you want to get a job in red team pen testing or in VAPT, and you don't know how to use Bob suits. You don't know how to pen test an API. You don't know how to pen test a web app. You don't know how to do an internal pen test. You don't know how to use your Nexus to carry out a Nexus scan. You don't know how to interpret results. You don't know how to carry out exploitations. You don't even know the life cycle of carrying out a pen test. You don't know what to do at reconnaissance. You don't know what to do. Like, if you are trying to get into the technical part of cyber, especially the technical part that is called red team, you must have the skill. Your skill might not be at expert level, but you must have the skill. If you want to go into SOC, you want to go into the blue team aspect on cybersecurity, you cannot just say, oh, I want to do blue team. You must have the skills in blue team, from researching to knowing how to monitor traffic to know how to read ports. Some of you say you will know you want to do blue team, but you don't know IPv4 IP address. You don't know how to read IP address. You don't know the private subnet. You don't know all of these things, public subnet. You must have the skill. Poor positioning. And why when people have the skill, then my problem with poor positioning is that most times some of you are just applying to the wrong job. The right job that is for you is waiting, no, but you have not positioned yourself well. And that is why I'll preach the gospel of LinkedIn later in my slide. But right now, you must have a clear direction. And your clear direction, remember what I said, be flexible about your method, but be bullish and rigid about your goal. When I mean your goal, about the entire career goal. So next slide. So, like I said, GRC is not equal to one role. The field includes SOC and blue team, red team and pen testing, GRC and rigs. Every of all of those things, the AppSec, IAM, IR threat, cloud security, all of them still fall under either the red team or the blue team. So now, another problem I have with people is that they want to get a job in cybersecurity. We ask them, what part of cybersecurity do you do? They say, I do everything. No. Why you should be open to doing everything, you must have a particular place that is your niche. You want to kill yourself, only you, red team, blue team, GRC. So and the reason why is this, and that's why I say, first, when you have the foundational level where you are at a foundational level with in your security plus, it means that you see the way I'm talking about. The last time I was in a SOC was almost 3 years ago. The last time I pen tested was almost 3 years ago. But I know how to have conversations around every part. So build your knowledge to the point where you can have conversations about every part, but ensure that you deep dive in one part. The world is not kind to generalists. People who just say, I do everything in cybersecurity, especially when you're starting out your career. Don't do that to yourself. If you want to be a blue team in your SOC, go into it. If you want to go into your red team and pen testing, go into it. If it's jealousy you want to go into it. Next slide. So the first thing I said, no clear career path. So I want us to do something. If you have a note close to yourself, and if you have a note, if you have a notepad close to yourself or something close to yourself, I want you to write down, right? What is the clear career path in cybersecurity you want to build into? Like I want us to begin to make those thoughts, like I want to shape the kind of thoughts you'll be having after today. So just write down. So if I want to become because when you go into every part in in GRC, there are different niches under GRC, but we're not going to go into those deep niches. Let's just look at it. So do you want to go into GRC? Do you want to go into red team? Do you want to go into blue team? If you have a notepad by your side, write it down. So we have solved problem number one, no clear career paths. Next thing, next slide. So I've said it's fix. So I fixed it already. Pick a path and a backup. But when I say pick a backup, I want you to fix your backup in terms of a backup inside your mind, not a backup in your head that this one thing in terms of action. So this is how it is. I knew I wanted to do GRC, right? But if I had any backup, it was going to be probably going back to red team. But I wasn't making it like an action-based backup. So it's just a backup in my mind, but not backup that was at the forefront of my mind. So always have that number one, pick a path and stick to it. Next slide. Then remember I just spoke about aligning aligning your goals. I always spoke if you learning your labs, your skills, and all of that. Then number two is chasing certification without skills. Just like my friend Victor. Victor wanted to work in GRC, and he was telling me I should start to explain what does it mean, what does security mean. He was asking me for terms to explain to him. Meanwhile, Victor has passed CISSP, he has passed CSP, he has passed CSIM. So don't do that to yourself. Don't check certifications. Don't have certifications without skill. Certifications don't equal capability. They do not prove your hands-on ability. They do not prove your problem solving. They do not prove your real world readiness. I remember I was in an interview recently because there's something big by the grace of God I'm chasing. And I was in an interview and they asked me, oh, what was the scenario when you had to do when you had to deal with this particular problem? I did not go and say, when I was writing my CSSP, I was doing XYZ. No, what did I do? I spoke about the hands-on ability that I had last year when I led the GLC transformation for Flutterwave. By God's grace, I led the GLC transformation for Flutterwave. And so that was what I was speaking about. I had the hands-on experience, even though I'd passed my certifications. I barely even spoke about I did not speak about my certifications at all. I spoke about my hands-on experience. So certifications can be an edge, but certifications should not be what is at the forefront you are presenting. Next. So now, one question you need to ask. So those of you that when you wrote down for problem number two, now we want to fix your skills, right? Problem number two, I want you to write down the kind of home labs. Like write down like what are the home labs I need to learn. So you got this question I'm going to write down. When you get back, you need to go and research and get the answers. So you need to write things like what are the home labs I need to work on? What are the GitHub write-ups I need to write on? What are the blue team labs? And if you're in blue team, what are the blue team labs you need to learn? What are the red team labs you need to learn? Write them down now, right? So just write it as a question. What are the things that I can build into my portfolio as a skill set in this particular field? I wish for GLC people, I've talked about this so well on my LinkedIn. I used to talk about how to build a portfolio in GRC. I think I'll do it again next week on Monday. I'll do I'll label what my portfolio looks like in JRC and I'll write it on LinkedIn. But you need to ask yourself, what are the skills? So next, I already said it, another problem some people is they used to skip the fundamentals. Don't be like me. Oh. See, I'm not going to lie. I skip fundamentals. I did not, I did not, in fact, I enter, my own life is the life of miracle. That's why I don't use my life to preach to people. Because I remember 1 year before I started having passion for data analysis, my friend was preaching the gospel of cybersecurity to me. And he sent me CISSP, sent me Security Plus, sent me Professor Messa's labs that I should take. But I did not want to do it. The only reason why I was able to build fundamental and foundation is because I went to Deloitte Academy. So I was very lazy. See, God just used to help me. I used to be a very lazy person. And poverty could have just sat me down and taught me how to be hardworking. But God just took me to an academy where they taught me cybersecurity. So you need to ask yourself, what are the fundamentals I need to learn? So you can't, no matter how much you, it's just like someone that is learning how to, someone that went to football academy, he did not learn how to pass. And they now go and sign him, just like in Ganacho, Ganacho in Chelsea now that is suffering me every match day. He probably skipped the fundamentals. And that's why he's suffering me every day. If you skip your fundamentals, you will suffer. Eh? You will suffer. Any footballer that don't know how to pass, they don't know how to track ball, they don't know how to, and they're playing like Garnacho or Badeshi, is because they skip the fundamentals. Trust me, they skip the fundamentals. So when you skip the fundamentals, and the best fundamental, like I said, if you want to learn your fundamentals, go to Security Plus, go to YouTube. You don't need to even buy the course. Go to YouTube and go and search Professor Mensas. If we search for Professor Mensas on YouTube, take that. He has 131 videos, and all of them are short videos, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Take the pain, sit through it, take the fundamental course. You can go to Google, take Google fundamentals in cybersecurity. Learn these fundamentals. You will need it. You don't want to be in an interview and they ask you that, okay, what is OAuth top 10? And you say you want to, you're a VAPT person, you used to pen test application. In fact, when you pen test application, you used to get to the Active Directory. They now ask you, okay, what is OAuth top 10? Or what is injection attack? You don't know what SQL injection is. Okay, so difference between SQL injection and cross-site scripting. You don't know. Okay, now say, okay, what is cross-site request forgery? Now say, you want to kill me. So it's not, you must understand the fundament. I'm saying this thing now. Understand the fundamentals. Don't be the person that is saying I'm 5 years in cybersecurity. The now ask me, okay, what is CIA triad? You say, waiting with triad. You don't know what CIA triad is. Okay, that's it. Okay, what is non-repudiation? You don't know what non-repudiation is. Ah, please, 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 go back to your fundamentals. Some of you need to send you back to academy. Please, go back to your fundamentals. Next slide. So I've talked about it, build strong foundation. Yes. Next slide. Hmm. Another problem is a lot of people, when you see entry level roles, a lot of people will say, oh, it's an entry level role, it's an entry level role. So I don't need to know anything. Unless if it's Deloitte Academy. In fact, the academy itself, I needed to know CIA to pass the first level of interview. Don't even so, even though you're applying for junior roles, have some security context, know the security lingua. These days, when I meet people that reach out to me for mentorship and they say they have their security plus, they have been working on XYZ things, I'm always excited because these people will not suffer me. They already know some stuff already. And so please have some context, know your security lingua, have some like let's work on something. So even if it no work, just work on something. Next slide. So experience doesn't always have to be paid, right? Experience doesn't have to be paid. You have to you can volunteer. There are people. I'm sorry, I'm not taking any volunteers again this year. Maybe later in the year I might open. But I have people that that currently work with me, not on my project at EY, but on my other side projects. They work with me and they implement standards. Like these people, even though they're applying for rules now, they have experience because they are working with someone who's experienced. I'm able to guide them. Oh, write this policy. Oh, review this policy. Oh, this is not meant to be there. This is not meant to be there. I think you can do this like this. Like that ability is something that will help you. Volunteer. Not everybody, even I don't even have the money yet to even pay the people that volunteer with me as much as I want to pay them. I pay them some amount of money, but you must volunteer. The biggest problem some people have in their career is the first thing they put at the forefront of their career is money. I want to make money. I want to make money. I want to make money. Ah, ah, ah. The worst thing that you can never have in this cybersecurity career is to have money your first year and not know anything. It's like as if the money in your future they were supposed to make, they have brought it to your present now, so that in the future you are going to be poor. Because if you are not good at your job, you will there's an English lingua in Nigeria, they say you will cast. So first, focus, like calm down. Everybody in cybersecurity, you will eat good. It's just a matter of time. Just calm down. You will eat good. You will have money. There's money in cyber, but it's in the future. Eh? The entry level role, they're already offering you 1 million. You're happy, but you don't know anything. Ah, run. Oh. So understand that right now you focus on learning over earning, learning over earning. If you don't learn and you are earning, you will learn in the future. So ensure that you also document your work. If you you're laughing, if you don't learn now and you are earning, you will learn in the future. So you must also document your work like a professional. Like if you see my LinkedIn, this year I created a new CV because I wanted to document all my achievements. Write down, if you don't have a strong memory like mine, you must always document all your work, document all your report, document everything, build your case file. Build your case file. Next, poor positioning. Some people, when you go for interview, I've been fortunate to sit in some cybersecurity interview with some people, and I'm just like, they cannot hire this one. They cannot hire this one. In fact, I even want them to hire you, but you are not hireable. Like I'm trying my best. I'm even asking simple questions, but you're not hireable. So first, before you go for your interviews, I wish I could share a CV template, but I might not be able to share that on this call. But first, ensure that your CV is tailored to the parts. Some of you want to apply to a role in GRC, but in your CV, I'm seeing a cybersecurity enthusiast. You'll be enthusiast for CV. Your resume enthusiast. That's why when I see people that you are trying to position yourself for cybersecurity roles on LinkedIn, but on your LinkedIn, you are writing a cybersecurity enthusiast. What will be enthusiast? You need to, if you're right, your CV, you should you should tailor your CV to your current status. When I mean your current status, I am a GRC analyst with a. If you read my LinkedIn, you read how my link look at how my LinkedIn is. That's how you should introduce yourself. I am a GRC professional with 2 years or something experience, or I am passionate about reducing risks and aligning governance to governance, I mean, aligning security objective to the governance objectives, organization objectives, something like that. Next slide. I wish I could have like maybe some other month we can talk about how to position yourself on LinkedIn because that's a different ball game on its own. Next slide. Now, there are certain things like you must write, like you're writing your CV. Like your CV should be able to answer. Like if you look at my CV, I wish I could just bring up share my CV, but like your CV should talk about things like What's key? In fact, okay, towards the end, I'll share my CV. Like, what your resume should answer things like what risks did you reduce? What system did you protect? What problem did you solve? I know you say you are a cybersecurity person, but you must solve problem. What changed? Like the work I did, the work I did at Flutterwave last year blew my mind. Like I never, in fact, when we were done with the project and I was explaining to the I was explaining to them what we did in the project. I was blown away. I could not, I can't lie, I was blown away by the quality of work we did. And so, to be honest, you must be able to document your work and ensure that it's answering exactly what you wanted it to answer. Now, let me just share my screen because, oh, yeah, I see them. I have a work meeting soon. So, let me just hurry up and just let me share my CV. Let me see if I have it. Let me go to my files. Let me see if I have it. Let me see if I have it. I'll just sharply share my, because I feel like it's a lot of people do not, um, come in, give me a minute, give me a minute, give me a minute, give me a minute, because I really want to show you people what a proper CV should look like. Okay, let me share it for my mail. Okay, so let me share my screen now. Well, I don't think I have the, I don't think I have this thing to share. Okay, let me share my entire screen.
Okay, you can just request the permission and we're gonna give it to you.
Uh, I think I can just send the CV to, um, because I don't think my laptop is not allowing me to share it. But
Okay.
yeah,
Is it a restriction with the Zoom or probably something from
I
your end?
think it's usually on my laptop.
Okay.
I just upgraded my distance. So I think I would just share it with you. You can just probably just find a way to get it to them.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
I'll make it as generic as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can we go back to the slide, please? Can we go back to the slide? Let me see. It's meant to have a work meeting now, but let me see if I don't have to be there. I actually forgot. So can we go back to the slide here? Okay, no one is on the call yet. Thank God. Yeah, so next slide. Um, Final word, right? I think breaking in is not luck, it's strategy, right? You need to have a strategy. Like, and this, let me just tell you guys my simple strategy. And I'm coming. Let me notify them at work that I'll be joining the meeting late. So I can just spend like 10 more minutes, 10, 15 minutes more, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they can't even make the meeting. So yeah, great. Great. We can spend like more 20 minutes to talk about this. Because what I want to talk about is more important. If I'm not paying attention, I want to walk you through strategy I use that I think you can use in getting a job in cybersecurity. Now, especially in Nigeria, there are four places you can work. And this is why you need to have a clear strategy. Four places you can work. Number one place I would advise anyone who's starting the job is find a way to get a job into any of the big fours. Now, when I talk about the big fours, EY, KPMG, PwC, Deloitte in cybersecurity. And the reason why is, like I said, like I used the analogy of academy earlier, these people they get the tough, big projects that can change your life. In cybersecurity, what change your life is not the money they're paying you. What change your life is the quality of project that now allow you now to become an expert. I can point to two or three massive projects I've worked in my cybersecurity career. The GRC transformation I did for Flutterwave last year that I led changed my career. The work I did implementing security standards for UBA across Nigeria, across Africa, across all, if I'm not even Africa, across all their branches. I was implementing for people in French, like French speaking country. I worked with UBA Senegal, worked with UBA Benin, worked with UBA Cote d'Ivoire, and I think UBA Sierra Leone. I think Sierra Leone was the only English speaking country. I implemented their cybersecurity standard for them. So the reason why I want you to see working at top companies is not beneath you. You must tell yourself, I can work at a big company. It's not beneath you. It's not beneath you. You are destined for, like, the people working there don't have two heads. I've worked at Deloitte, I've worked at Ernst and Young. Most likely, I'm going to work at another big name very soon. And so I always tell myself, I can work at this place. So then all those companies, they will train you properly. They will also pay you good money. So your goal should be, how can I work at those top companies? You can either work at those companies using their graduate training or learning, or the part two is go and learn in another small company, then apply when they have an opening. Drop your CV with a manager there. Drop your CV with a senior consultant there. Drop your CV with a staff manager there, because there will always be hiring circles within this organization. Number two set of companies you can work with are, I call them the tier two consulting companies in Nigeria. In fact, one of them is currently recruiting for SOC. I think Cyberdome or Cybervagent. So you have the likes of Cyberdome, you have the likes of um, what they call them. There are about five of them that are in that category. Um, oh, what am I forgetting their names? You have InfoAssure, you have Cybervagent, Cyberdome. Um, there are other two, there are two or three, and their name is not coming to mind right now. Right? Those are like, I call them the tier two types of consulting company you can work with in cybersecurity. The problem is that there's cyber SOC also, right? I call them the tier two cybersecurity companies. The problem with them is that they might not pay well and the workload might be a lot. But also, there's now the tier three, or I call them the number three option, which digital jewels. Thank you, digital jewels. There's digital encode. Thank you, digital encode, digital jewels. There are those. If you cannot get into the big four, try your best to get into all of these ones and work there for like few months, then go to the big companies. The next one is banks. Banks are in need of cybersecurity people. If you don't know how to get into them, search on LinkedIn for people who are currently working there and talk about how these are the skill set you have. How can I join them? You cannot be poor. Sorry, no, you cannot be jobless, or you are job hunting and you are still shy. You must be, see, when I, by God's grace, when my testimony click this year and I share it on LinkedIn, all of you will notice, how I was never ashamed. The dream company I want to work with in cybersecurity, I've been following this company for over 4 years. I've been, see, I've been following them. Like, I follow them, I watch their YouTube. Anytime they post something about security, I watch it. Like, and now I am in the last stage of interview. See, you cannot want something more than yourself. Someone else must not want your career success more than you. And so, every ethical way, you must fight for it. Do your own due diligence. Learn what you need to learn. Work on your own skills. But when you know you have worked on it, you have your CV, you have the labs, you have everything, go all in. Then number four is trying to look for companies abroad. That one is very hard to work with and learn and just walk around and learn. And also, you can call it like a form of internship. So, go to the next slide. There's something else I want to talk about. So, I want to give you one strategy. If there's no any strategy that you, if there's not, if you don't remember anything, there's one strategy you must remember today on how to get a job in cybersecurity. And my friend taught me this thing. It was not even in cybersecurity, but he taught me what a strategy that was true then and even true now. You must work from, the problem with a lot of people is that we always work from where we are to our destination instead of first in our mind through the eyes of faith. Sorry, I'm using spiritual language. Through the eyes of faith, look at where you are meant to be. Look at where you're meant to be. Go and check. I'm going to give you two strategies. This first strategy. Look at where you're meant to be. Go and check the skills that are required to be in that place where you're meant to be. Now, wake up yourself from your dream. Come back to your normal life, right? Come back to your normal life where you are now. And now begin to work, knowing that these are the things you need to get to where you're going to be. So the strategy is go to your future. Okay, what are the things I need to also in the future as a security GRC analyst, as a pen tester? What are the skills I need to learn? Oh, these are the skills I need to have, Abi. Now I wake up my dream. Now I'm going to have those skills to get to that place. It will always work. I have never seen this strategy fail. The second strategy is mirroring. And I used to do it very well. This one is my cheat code. This my mirroring is my cheat code. I look at someone who is currently in my future. I go to his LinkedIn. I check out his CV. I talk to him. I can even schedule time to talk to him. And I tell him to tell me his story. Tell me all the things he did to get to where he went to. Especially in terms of his skills and knowledge. And I will ensure that I get the exact. So mirroring is I look at what this person has done and I mirror the exact same thing he has done. So after 2 years, he wrote CISM, I write it. After 3 years, he wrote CISSP, I write it. Oh, he took this particular course, I take the course. Oh, he applied to this thing. I will not be copying everything he has done. See, you might not get it, but you will be close by. Because there's also the luck faction, there's also God, the God factor, and all of that, right? But see, you can always make it. And do you know the thing about cybersecurity? You must not give up. Oh. There are people that are waiting for you at home to come and feed them. There are people that have already believed in you since, even if you not believe in yourself, at least believe in the people that believe in you and ensure that you give it your best. It's not going to be easy. Oh. There was a time I was working on the Flutterwave project and I called my teammates and I was like, see, okay, we need to pray. I said, okay, we need to pray. This thing is already, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It was when we were praying, one of the time I was praying, I heard that, oh, you do the NIST cybersecurity framework to do this project. And we started from there, and clarity just came from there. So there are times that you'll be tough. There are times you don't know what you're doing. There are times that you go to bed there, you're more confused than when you're more confused when you wake up than when you before you slept. Because in your dream, you'll be seeing flashback of your work. There are times that you have to, there are times that you have to lock in. Last year, I went off social media for almost 5 months because I wanted to write my CISSP and other things I wanted to do personally. There's there's no skill you cannot learn. You have not just driven yourself enough to learn it. That's what I believe. Oh. Cybersecurity is hard, yes. But if I put my mind, if I put the effort, if I learn all I need to learn, I will get it. So no matter what, forget about pay. See, right now, I am not even worried about pay. Pay is the least of my worry right now in cybersecurity. Because of overtime, the pay has been coming. Money will come. Money in cybersecurity will come. It will always come. So you must begin to think of yourself as a share. You must be the first person that is buying stocks in your shares, and you are doing the hard work to ensure that your share is growing. Put in the work, put in the work. Your future self will thank you. I hope with this few points of mine, I hope with this few points of mine, I've tried. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. So Francisca, can you speak now?
Yes, yes, I can speak now. Thank you so much, Mr. Adeife. Like, I wouldn't even stop taking notes. Thank you so much. Like, we are all grateful to have you, and I know that every single person here that I've stayed up till now has taken notes and will definitely put all they've learned into practice. The next thing on my list here is Q&A. But we'll do that briefly. I think there was a question someone asked. We have already spent more than 1 hour here, so we'll not take lots of questions today. Maybe just two. Mr. Victor, just two is all right, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. I think that's okay. So if you have other
okay, so I'll just
questions, you can be a part of our community, join our community, drop your questions there. We have this relationship with Adeife. We are going to share your questions with him if you want us to. And if you want us to answer from the community as well, we have a lot of people who are very, very good, like at what they do, people in cybersecurity that can always help and provide answers to your questions from there as well. But if you're insisting that you want Adefe to answer your questions, we won't hesitate to send him your questions. Yeah, send him your questions. Yeah. All right. So, Francisca, you can proceed.
Okay, okay. So I will just read one question out from the chat, and then if one person requests for mic, we'll take that question also. So this person says she is learning cybersecurity and she has picked an interest in GRC. She has few certifications in ISO 27001 and 42001. Then apart from that, he's also learning Cisco Junior Cybersecurity Analyst part. Then his question is networking knowledge essential to an aspiring GRC professional? And you have mentioned about Security Plus in your journey. Is Cisco certification also recommendable apart from Security Plus? Mr. Adif, are you there? Mr. Victor?
Sorry.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Can you just read the second part of the question, please?
Okay, you
I
have
think
mentioned
I missed.
about Okay. You have mentioned about Security Plus in your journey. Is Cisco certification also recommendable apart from Security Plus?
Yeah, like whatever gives you the foundation, right? Whatever Security Plus is just something that I fondly just recommend because of the depth of the teaching and how much they cover what you need. Because the thing about Security Plus is what Security Plus covers moves, it transcends Security Plus. Sometimes you might be doing CISM, you might be even doing your CISSP, and they're still talking about things that you learned when you're doing Security Plus, right? But whatever you want to form at the basic of your foundation, please ensure that you at least try your best to learn it. Remember, the focus is on foundation, but you must not stay on the foundation for too long, unless if you are building, you want to build airports or you want to build 1 million story building. But you should give yourself limits. Oh, I want to learn the foundation for the next 4 months, the next 3 months. Then after that, I'll make an informed decision on the path I want to learn. My decision, you cannot just make a decision and say, I want to today, I'm passionate about BAPT. I know someone that yesterday was passionate about BAPT, today is passionate about SOC. Next tomorrow, the passionate about GRC. The next day is confused, does not know what to want to do. So Cisco is good. I've heard the recommendations about Cisco, not, but I honestly think Security Plus is better than Cisco. That's That's my own unbiased opinion, right? So, but whatever you will learn, just
Okay.
ensure that you're focused on fundamentals. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think you've not answered the first one. He said, is networking knowledge essential to an aspiring GRC professional?
Nope, nope, nope. And important in terms of understanding the language that is spoken. But imagine someone who is learning how to you are a goalkeeper. You're a goalkeeper, but in training you are learning how to play penalty. You are learning how to play penalty every day. In training, say go and learn how to take shot now. Go and learn how to take shot now. But you're learning how to play penalty. It's wrong. It's not like it's not important to know how to take good penalty as a goalkeeper. But what is your core point is learning how to ensure you can catch the ball, learning how to ensure that your movements are right and diving to your left and right. And so as a GLC professional, focus on three things. Number one, learn about governance, how to write good policies, how to ensure that you understand how a company's security strategy should work. Two, understand how to carry out risk management. So under risk management, you have things like your risk assessment, your risk treatment, or anything about the entire risk life cycle. You must know it. Then number three, learn compliance. So compliance can now that's where you now learn things like the ISO frameworks, the NIST standards, PCI DSS, learn the 42001 for AI. Under compliance, learn how to comply, data privacy, all of that. But don't forget your fundamentals must be on point. Fundamentals must always be on point. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Adefe. I have a question here. I'm a student of IT and I did cybersecurity and I want to do a project work. Is it possible to do a project under cybersecurity?
Oh yes, just that you must ensure that you don't do what is relevant to your field. Don't just go and say because you want to do project, you want to go and pen test 5G fiber cable in under the sea. I think ensure that you do a project that is meaningful, something that you can connect to you, something that also ties down with what your interests are within cybersecurity. So I think you can. So you can reach out to me. This person should reach out to me on LinkedIn. Also, the person that also has the first question can also text me on LinkedIn just to we can just have like a quick chat about GRC and how I can help you. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Adefe, please, one last question, but this one is for me. Sorry. I'm a GRC analyst, but I also have interest in GRC engineering. I'm currently a student at International Cybersecurity and Digital Academy, ICDFA. So I get to I get to hear people talk about, especially GRC professionals who have been in the space for years now. I hear them talk about GRC analysts a lot, but very few times I hear them talk about GRC engineering. So with your knowledge in the GRC space, what do you have to say? What do you think the future of GRC engineering is?
See, I'm not going to lie. The future of GRC engineering is bright because GRC engineering is just basically automating GRC. So automating GRC is ensuring that GRC processes are no longer manual. They are all working seamlessly. But right now, I'm more focused on understanding my GRC processes first before engineering it. What are the problems I need to engineer? What are the things I need to learn? So I think right now, more focus should be on learning GRC itself and even focus on the engineering. The engineering will come at the right time because you'll be the one to work with developers that will write the code. But right now, you just need to calm down and learn about the part. Do you get? So
Yes,
to apply,
yes.
so
Okay.
finally to apply to Deloitte, Deloitte always run the academy every year. I'll ask my friends in Deloitte when they're putting a position for the next academy. But there are two academies, and I think Deloitte Academy, and there's a company called Digis. Digis also runs an academy for SOC. So I think and security engineering. So please look out for these two companies and their academy, especially because they will give you ground level knowledge in what you want to do in cybersecurity. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Adefe. Our lead mentor, Mr. Victor, want to speak, I guess.
Okay,
So, Mr. Victor, the
I
floor is
just want to
yours.
ask a question too. Thank you so much, Adeife. That was very insightful, very powerful session. I just want to ask that, considering the evolution and the advent of AI in almost everything now, what do you have to say about fusion of AI with AI with GRC? And do you think that should be something people should, or you know, enthusiasts, or should I say, people who are interested in getting a job should start considering in the GRC space? Should they start looking out to maybe just have some knowledge of AI and GRC before they can say they are looking for a job? So, what's your thought on that? Oh, sorry. I think the moment you mute yourself, probably you have to request a mic again or something. So, yeah, you can speak now.
Okay. So the future of jealousy, please, everybody, for you, if you're in jealousy, what I want to say is very important. Because even me, I've not fully tapped into it. I'm going to start preparing for myself. I've started, but I'm going to enter into it in full zone from from June. I want to write my CCSP and some other things. The future of jealousy is going to be AI governance. If you are learning jealousy right now, keep space for AI governance. That
Hmm.
is the future of jealousy. People are going to ensure that people are building safe and ethical, right, artificial intelligence tools. So yes,
Hmm.
the future of GRC governance, AI governance. Read about it, learn about it, learn learn everything about it. And so please, that's what I think about it. The future is AI governance. GRC professionals are going to be relevant always. There's AI risk assessment, there's AI compliance, there's AI governance. So please, you are going to it's don't worry, leave all those ethical people to continue pen testing. For you are going to eat good, just go and learn AI governance.
Okay, thank you so much for that question. And I would say that that's very, very correct. Considering what I experienced recently, it's absolutely correct. So please, guys, just to add to what he has said, I just wanted to know his opinion on that, and I think he smashed it. So AI governance is the future of GRC. So please do not sleep on that. As much as you're trying to learn something about GRC now, gain the foundational knowledge, I think you should start considering, uh, you know, getting some knowledge around AI as well. He has mentioned that you should try to gain foundational knowledge, like try to understand the foundation, like the concepts of things, or should I say of GRC in general, but at the same time start thinking of the future because you don't know. I always say that the future is here, like now is the future, because you're seeing that everywhere now, everything is AI, everything is just AI. You're seeing AI agents every day. And then the truth of the matter is policies, and some of these, should I say, documents or something that they are writing in GRC. So, sorry, I'm not a GRC person. Uh, all of those things are going to be changing. They are even changing already because systems now are now adopting the artificial intelligence. Many environments are now using large language models. And considering all of this, there is now a shift, and you should start thinking towards that. Many organizations now are now thinking of how are they going to govern, their what they have, all right, the environment, the structure they have in place, things they do, the systems they have, the networks they have, how are they going to ensure that they manage things properly? And considering the fact that this evolution of AI, artificial intelligence, yeah, that's AI, a large language model, which is LLM, uh, you just need to you just and even agentic AI, you just need to have that knowledge, yeah, because there might be a reason for you to do something in an environment, and it is not just traditional, right? So probably there are some parts that are related to artificial intelligence or automation, and you really need to have that understanding as well. So please, if you're seeing a course on that, though within our community we are trying to spin up some courses on that as well because we've realized that that is where the world is heading to right now. So we're trying to do something. So if you're not part of our community, I think this is your sign. This is your sign to join because these are the things that we are going to be dealing with in the future. More videos. I think Austin is going to come up and then talk more on that. So I just wanted to, encourage you on that, as Adeife has said, that please do not joke with AI. AI is now everywhere now, so it's not something you should sleep on. All right, thank you. So, Francisca, I think probably because I muted everyone, so maybe you have to always request a mic before you speak. And that was because people were joining and they weren't muting themselves. So, Francisca, can you speak now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I don't know. My screen just went blank. I don't know why, but since you can hear me. Okay, so we are going to call up our community manager, Mr. Ostus. I believe you have some announcements to give. Please, Mr. Ostus, the floor is yours.
Yeah, good evening, all. Francisca, thank you. Mr. Adeife, I think today is a fire night, right? And to our host, Mr. Victor, we sincerely appreciate you for bringing this wonderful person to us. Going forward, my name is Ostus, community manager. I know most of you know me, but some of the people that joined us, hopefully, if you get to join our mentorship, you will be seeing me more often. So I want to let you know that Victor Akinode Initiative is very, very, very big on impact. You can see that as long as you are part of this community, as long as you are sharing your time with us, there are a lot of things for you to learn. There are a lot of things for you to go through. Certain materials that you might not meet in the four corners or the four walls of the classroom will be very, very exposed to you. I don't think that there is any other organization that does it better. Let me blow my trumpet or let me blow our trumpet, but this is where you get it. And you get it at no cost. So currently, I would like to inform you that we are doing what? 100-day cybersecurity challenge. If you are a beginner, if you want to break into cybersecurity, if there are courses you took, you are not gaining clarity, if there are certain things that are confusing, I think is an opportunity for you to do or to hop onto what we are doing. Today is our day 29. We have so many other days to go. I think it's like 90 days. Yes, I think 90 days. Yeah, yeah. 100 days, I mean. So, but we have gone 29 days ahead, and we are waiting for more days to come. So I think Urola, if you're here, you can drop the YouTube channel. You can always connect with us. There are equally short videos we bring up on YouTube, so it will all be for your watching pleasure. And we would like to let you know that we are very, very, very big on cyber awareness. When you go through all the videos we have loaded up in our YouTube channel, you will be happy to be part of our community. Going forward, I would like to mention that we are equally very, very excited about how you go about your journey. If you find LinkedIn very appealing, and I know, and I want to let you know that, as long as you are in this business, you must try to expose yourself. Let the world see you. Let the world know you. Let the world understand that you are part of this cycle. You cannot be learning and you are hiding. For me, I believe that Victor Akinode's initiative has given every one of us the opportunity to come on board and showcase the world what you are doing. Because every day, there is no day that passes on LinkedIn that you don't see our post. There is no day that goes by. There is one thing you must learn. And we explain it better. We explain it better. You can come and check. And again, we advocate to the fact that you need to come up, whatever you are learning, come and share it. Let us see the progress you're making. And we have two LinkedIn handles. We have for the initiative, and we have for the personal for Mr. Victor Akinode. You can always follow us to keep a date with us. I think, Ura, if you're here, we need you to drop our LinkedIn handles, and then people here can follow us for updates. And then we encourage you, as you're here, as you're learning, please create a LinkedIn account, join us, and grow. You need it. Take a look at people who are ahead of you, their profiles. You get encouraged and expose yourself. And again, we will want to delve into TikTok. Very many people think TikTok is just where entertainers go to do their thing. But we are throwing this learning at your face. Every opportunity we get, we give you the details. If you are very, very okay with TikTok, a lot of us don't go to Facebook, a lot of us don't go to Instagram, but we are good with TikTok. And then if you are good with TikTok, we are still bringing this gospel of cyber awareness to you. You cannot just be in cybersecurity and you are not cyber aware. So I know Ura will be here. Ura is dropping the link. If you find TikTok very easy to use, we are still available. And then going forward again, we equally have our community, where we communicate, where we share projects, where we discuss, we talk about a whole lot of things, where we hold it very conversational. We are talking about Telegram channel. We are there. Very many of us, if you want to get involved, if you want to follow us up, if you want to be part of us, as we are rounding up our mentorship classes, the cohorts that will be coming up, we will be taking them majorly from our community. We want you to join our community. Ura, if you're here, please drop the Telegram channel. I know people are very, very eager to join, and we cannot wait to lead you through this journey. We want to equally bring it to your notice as you are facing the luxuries and the glams of Instagram. You are trying to sell your market. We are equally on Instagram. We are everywhere. I just want to let you know we are everywhere. We are everywhere. So if you find Instagram very worthy and user friendly, we want to let you know that we are on Instagram. Ura, if you can hear me, please drop our Instagram channel. Do well to follow us. And then lastly, we will talk about Facebook. I know very many of you, some people don't like Facebook, but we are still there. What we are doing is an all-round gospel. And we know that as long as you are here, there is every opportunity for you to get better at what you do. As you all know, we are nearing the conclusion of our mentorship program, VA Cybersecurity Mentorship Cohort 2. We have just like 3 weeks to go, and we will be done. By 7th of March, we will be wrapping up. Are you looking forward to joining us on this journey? You are seeking clarity, you are seeking guidance, you want to understand which niche resonates or which track resonates with you the most. We are now telling you that as we are trying to wrap up, we are calling people to start getting ready to join. And we know we are very much interested. So keep your eye all out and be ready to see the adverts and then join in. And I want to let you know, if there is anybody who is telling you, okay, give me ₦1, let me introduce you to Mr. Victor, let me introduce you to VA Initiatives, let me do this, let me do that, we do not collect a dime. We are doing it all for the impact. Over the years, we have continued to learn, we have continued to evolve. And Mr. Victor, in the making, I call him the powerful instructor. He has decided to give back to the society. And you see, we are doing it, we are speaking it, we are living it. Just like this webinar. Who would have thought that Mr. Adeife would come on board, but now he's on board. There are so many other wonderful people to join us. This our program. We intend to continue it. We are not ending it anytime soon. And come here, be blessed, and get ready to learn. God bless you. And Francisca, thank you for the wonderful work you're doing. We sincerely appreciate you.
Thank you, Mr. Ostus. Thank you so much for that. Okay. Now the last thing on my list here is I will invite our lead mentor again for him to give his closing remarks.
Okay,
And
thank
probably if he
you.
has any
Okay, you're still speaking. Go ahead, please. All right, can you guys hear me? Francisca, are you done? I think you've muted yourself again. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. And please, let's celebrate our speaker once again. Let's celebrate our speaker. I'm not sure if he's still here with us, but please let's celebrate him. Let's celebrate him. Let's celebrate him. And please, let's follow him on LinkedIn as well. If you're not following Mr. Adeife yet, please kindly follow Adeife. I think his LinkedIn handle is Adewale Adeife, if I'm correct. Let me check again and confirm. So please kindly follow him. Kindly follow him. All right, as we wrap up tonight's session, I want to sincerely thank every single person who showed up. Your presence means you are serious about growth, and that you know that is what sets you apart. Like it's what sets you apart. A very special thanks to our guest speaker, Adewale Adeife. Your insights were practical, honest, and deeply valuable. You did not just speak about getting a job. You broke down mindset, positioning, and execution in a way that gives clarity. We really appreciate that. So we truly appreciate the time. We appreciate the energy you invested in this community. Many thanks to our moderator, as well, Francisca, for guiding the conversation so smoothly and helping us to get the best of this session. And to our community manager, our wonderful hostess, for the coordination, planning, and the behind the scenes work that makes the sessions like this, absolutely possible. A lot of works go behind the scene. So I appreciate you all. I appreciate the entire VA team. Like, I celebrate you guys. Please, can you guys help me celebrate the team? This is the best team in the world, like the best team in the world. They putting this together. I have little to no effort in most of these things. Sometimes I just sit down and then I just look at what they do. So they are the best team in the world. So many thanks to you guys. I do not take all these efforts for granted. So tonight, we have seen or we have heard, and then we have been able to perceive a few powerful reminders, and I hope we all carry these reminders with us. Adeife mentioned that you must be flexible in your methods, but rigid about where you're going. That really touched me. The path may change, but the destination should stay clear, right? But at the same time, you also mentioned that you put in the work consistently because your future self will thank you for it. Now, remember, anybody can pass a certification, but not everyone understands the foundation. So focus on concepts, clarity, and competence. That is what truly opens doors. So I could vividly remember that he cited an example where he mentioned one of his friends, Victor, who passed or aced many certifications without even having the hands-on experience or hands-on knowledge. So to this community, I say thank you for believing and for showing up and for choosing growth. Keep building, keep learning, keep positioning yourself intentionally. Until another session where I get to see you again. Bye from my hand. Francisca, over to you.
Okay, guys, thank you. You heard from our amazing lead mentor. We are very grateful to have you here. Thank you for everyone who has joined and stayed till the end. That's a lot. That's a lot of commitment. And I wish everyone here success as we go about implementing all we've learned. And see you on the next one. And trust me, it's going to be awesome as well, right? See you. Bye.